All right, we are back with Christopher Nolan SZN.
And this is my first time in one.
Yes, well, there's only been one video, but she's gonna be in them now. Originally, I didn't think she'd want to watch them, especially the first one. I don't think she would have liked it, but she's gonna be here for the rest of them. Even though some of these are not gonna be up her alley, like I know the like the Batman ones.
Mm-hmm.
Some people might love them. She might just think they're okay or good, but nothing crazy. But either way, as you know, we did following the last episode, so this one is Memento. We're doing Christopher Nolan films in order, and yeah, this is Memento. It came out in 2001.
So in this movie, Leonard, played by Guy Pearce, is tracking down the man who sexually assaulted and murdered his wife. The difficulty, however, of locating his wife's killer is compounded by the fact that he suffers from a rare, untreatable form of a memory loss. Although he can't recall many details of his life before his accident, Leonard cannot remember what happened 15 minutes ago or where he's going or why.
So this movie jumps, back and forth a lot. Starts actually him killing Teddy, which is
kind of like another main character,
which is like Teddy's trying to be like his friend in the film. So like, as you've seen, he loses his memory. He cannot keep his memory for very long. So he starts writing notes down so he remembers it the next day or whatever. And
he has tattoos on his body to remind him of everything.
Exactly. So he has tattoos like literally across his chest. It says, his wife got,
sexually assaulted
and murdered by whatever. And then he has pictures of everybody that he comes in contact with that he feels like he needs to remember. And he writes on them, or he writes on the picture a little note so he can remember about this person. So yeah, you kind of follow it through that, and then you kind of just end up figuring out, like, putting the pieces together of the puzzle with him, sort of. It goes through that, and it's a really good movie to me, because when I first saw it, like, I've already seen it before prior to this review, but when I first saw it, it blew my mind because of just how it was done. I don't know, it was just done really cool, like in a cool way, and the little twists and turns that happen throughout the film. The ending is also like an open ending in a sense. I know some people take it as this way and this is just what it is, or take it this way and this is just what it is, but it's really like there's no concrete like this is what happened. And I like that because it kind of ties in with his whole memory thing. Like, it's just, I don't know, it's so good. I can't even really, like, it's just super good.
This is like one of those films that's right up his alley just because he thinks so into things. Like, I don't even know how to explain it. He's weird with his mind.
So towards the end, what happens is Teddy tells him two different things. He ends up telling him, first thing that he tells him is that he's crazy and that he killed his own wife, because throughout the film you see this other guy that has also memory loss. I believe his name was Sammy, and his wife like didn't fully believe him for some reason. What happened is Sammy's wife did the final test to see if he was being real or not she needed insulin shots.
Yeah.
So at a certain time, right? It's like say 4 p.m. So she basically said, "All right, Sam, I need my shots." He'd give it to her, wait like 30 seconds, or something like that, put the time back, and say, "Oh, it's 4 o'clock. I need to take my shot."
Yeah.
And he does it for her, and he just kept doing it.
Yeah.
Like 5 times in a row, and she ended up dying. So which was a weird test to me. You're testing him.
Like, if you know you're gonna die from it, why would you do that?
Yeah, so anyways, he ended up being legit, I guess. And Teddy, at the end, basically tries to say that Sammy was not real and Leonard was Sammy. And he created Sammy in his head as a story, but really that's his story. But then he ends up switching it up and saying, "No, you actually killed the guy. Like, I'm an undercover cop. Teddy's an undercover cop." Even though he's like a shady...
I didn't really believe that either.
He's a shady cop, though, because he does other things and was kind of having Leonard, since he didn't have his memory, do his dirty work for him by leading him on by thinking that whoever they're going for is like the guy that killed and sexually assaulted his wife. But he ends up telling him that he's an undercover cop and that I helped you get him and we killed him already. And that's why there's a picture of Leonard smiling or whatever, and there's like blood on him, but he doesn't remember it. So then Leonard goes to his truck and he says something like, he acknowledges that he's going to kill Teddy and pretend that Teddy is the guy that did that stuff to his wife or whatever, only because he knows Teddy's been using him. So what he does, since he loses his memory, what he does is he took a picture, or he already had a picture of him.
He wrote down his license plate.
And he wrote also, don't trust him, don't trust his lies, something like that, and kill him.
Yeah.
So the next time he loses his memory of all that, he's gonna wake up and he's gonna look at that and know to kill him. So it's like he's giving himself false clues, or like
False reality.
well, like false clues though. Like you would think of, okay, he's building up all these clues to find the actual killer, but this is not the actual.
Like a false narrative.
He knows this is not the killer.
Yeah.
He's doing it just because he wants to kill him for using him,
Like
and
revenge.
This movie's hard to explain, kinda.
Yeah.
And plus the way my brain works, like I'm going all over the place. But anyways, like I said, this film to me is just super good. I recommend this film to anybody and everybody, unless you're a person that does not like to pay attention, like fully, because you have to pay attention.
Yeah.
You can't just like sit there and half pay attention. Like you have to pay attention because all the little details matter and they come back to mean something later on. But this is a big, huge. She wouldn't know because she didn't see the first film. But this is a huge like upgrade where he was here to me, and he went up here. Christopher Nolan. Yeah, like this is, to me, is probably gonna be top 5. I would assume it's gonna be top 5 of his films when we rank them at the end. But yeah, so now let's get to our scores.
I gave this movie a 68.
That's insane.
Because, so like he said, this movie jumps back and forth, and the only reason why you know that is because there are segments where it's in black and white and segments where it's in full color. So in the beginning, it took me a minute to get used to it, because he had already told me that. It just kind of confused me at first. I had to get used to it in the beginning, because I was like, wait, what? I thought that just
The
happened.
film is weird, but that's kind of why I like it too, is it kind of tells the story backwards.
Yeah.
So it starts off literally with, like I said, with him killing Teddy. So right there, it's like, normally that's the end of the movie. Like that's the punchline of the movie, is he ends up killing him. But if they tell you that in the very beginning, and then it kind of, from there it goes on to a bunch of other details of what got him to that point.
But I like this movie because it'll show you something in color of what happened, and then it'll jump to the past in black and white.
And kind of explain it.
Yeah, and then it'll go back to color, and it'll show you what happened right before what you just seen in the previous in color.
Yeah.
And then you see, oh, it ended like that, and that's what happened before. That's what happened after that happened. So that was pretty cool how he set that up.
So 68 for you?
Yeah, it could have been higher if I actually understood the movie more, but it was really confusing to me for some reason because I didn't believe anybody what they were saying. You actually saw how people actually were.
So for me, I give this a 90. That's probably the highest thing I've given on this channel so far. Yeah, to me it's really good. It's a classic film in my opinion, just because, like I said, the way it was, how it was made, how it was done, how it was executed. Like I said, in 2001, I didn't watch it in 2001. I think I watched it maybe like I was in high school, I think, when I seen this. But yeah, when I watched it then, like I said, it blew my mind, and I haven't watched it since. So this is the first time I watched it since then, and again, it was still really, really good. I think it goes down as a classic in my book. I don't know if it does for everybody else. I'm sure it does. I don't know. I would assume it does, because I think Rotten Tomatoes gave it a
60 up.
No.
Oh, 93.
So Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 93. Yeah, I give it a 90. I think it's really good. So yeah, that's gonna be the review for Memento. Again, this is Christopher Nolan SZN. It's a series that we're doing where we watch, we review, and then at the end we will rank all the movies. So subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a like on this video. If you enjoyed it, comment down below your thoughts on the film. Do you think it's a classic? But yeah, that's gonna be it. Memento, 2001, Christopher Nolan. My name is Matt.
My name's Nicole.
And we'll catch you next time.